Right, so I'm going to talk about a bill of materials editor that I'm working on for Kitspace.org. So Kitspace.org is a project sharing platform where you pretty much at this stage you put stuff in a Git repository somewhere and send me a link or send me a pull request on GitHub to add your project. And the idea is to have this repository of easily replicatable designs. So on a Kitspace page, you have a way to see what the PCB would look like, and you can download the Gerber files, or it's got links here to go to Isla or PCBWay to have it made. And I spend a lot of time on these tools to automate the parts ordering process. So there's buttons on there which uses a browser extension called the One-Click Bill of Materials browser extension to automatically add components to retailer shopping carts. So the problem with this is obviously it's quite hard for people to properly document their bill of materials, and actually even a lot of the projects on GitHub, on Kitspace already, they don't have bills of materials that are purchasable because it hasn't been fully documented. So it's quite a frustrating process for people to go through this. So I've been working on this editor tool. Right now it's a standalone kind of web application. The idea is to integrate this into Kitspace so that when you press edit a project, edit the bill of materials on Kitspace, it would be something similar to this. So I'm just going to show you like the workflow in this. Oh, this looks out of date. There we go. This is the new one. So the idea really here is you can open your existing bill of material, and you can even import a KiCad PCB already. So we're going to try that. So this is the PCB from the ruler. Currently, this means it's thinking. Create, and you can see. Right. So you can import there, and it tries to grab the descriptions of your project. You can then look at this and maybe reduce this down a bit. Really, this is a 1206 1K resistor, and then it's going to understand that actually. So then you can go to DigiKey and see whether you want to buy that one. You can select it. You can select specific parts here, and you can even for these when this is green, it's pretty sure that it knows that you want this part. So I've been working on doing this auto-filling, so it will select all these parts for you there. This magic wand means it's like this is already a part that you've selected, so it's really sure that you want this part number in here. So how am I doing in time?
5 minutes ago.
5 minutes ago? I should have stopped.
Sorry?
What, 5 minutes? 5 minutes to go.
Yes.
I can go back to the demo. I'm just gonna finish off because this is a software developer conference. Talk a bit about the actual how this is made. So these are kind of the features. Currently, you can import the BOM and you can import the KiCad PCB. You can quickly select parts, and then you can download a CSV file, which you can then use to add a Kitspace project, or you can keep it for yourself. The plan with this obviously is to integrate it into Kitspace, to have more CAD imports for all the different CAD files, and kind of grab the bill of materials information from there and help you make a proper bill of materials out of that. We want really better price information and like price summaries and being able to reduce the bill of materials by price to optimize for price or to optimize for what retailers you prefer or anything like that. We need more accurate price information to do that. I've almost finished this part to then go from here, from the have a button here to kind of reduce the BOM bill of materials to your preferred retailer, and then use the one-click bill of materials browser extension to buy the parts. So you can easily, from your bill of materials making process, go to your shopping cart. So the architecture is fairly boring. I mean, I'm kind of a language nerd, and for all this Kitspace stuff, I kind of, so far I stick to JavaScript and like modern established working ways in JavaScript. So it's a kind of as a lot of the stuff is on the client side, and this application is kind of almost like a standalone. This is like it's static hosting, and then the server side is just currently a single application that just kind of hooks into other APIs and gets the information. It used to do some scraping as well. I've just stopped that, but I could again also use scraping techniques to get the information into there. And the reason it's not just using Octopart API because there's some improvements on the stock information, the price information that we can get from other places. Octopart is a great API, but it's not perfect. So client side, like I said, really boring stack, kind of modern, using React, using semantic UI, which is like for the user interface. It allows me to not worry so much about how things look, and I'm fairly happy with the kind of default styling for semantic UI, so I don't spend a whole lot of time on how that looks. So the server side, more JavaScript, Node.js, and the reason for this, that I keep using JavaScript is so that I can develop libraries that I can either use on the front end or on the server side, and I can pull them in and use them on both sides. One of these libraries is the electrogrammer, which I've mentioned in a talk last year at FOSDEM, which is I don't think we have time for this API demo. Electrogrammer is a JavaScript library to parse electronic components descriptions, and this is what makes this tool more usable than just straight up the standard Octopart search or API access. How am I doing on time?
1 minute.
1 minute. So I've just started like trying to finance this project a bit more because I spend a lot of time on this. So I've just opened an open collective. So if you start using these tools and you find them useful, please consider supporting these projects. There's other people, obviously, my cousins, the whole thing on Kitspace with how the Gerber preview of your board, is an amazing project called PCB Stack Up by Mike Cousins, who has done an amazing job with it. David Curvin has helped me on electrogrammer, and yeah, I'm hoping we're going to get more contributors. So I think this kind of collective way of receiving donations would work for this. Maybe we have time for one question. If you... Yeah.
Would you have a problem by publishing standardized components with standards that officially publish to the components?
Sorry, I didn't...
Electrogrammer thing, because you're actually duplicating the standard. I wouldn't say we're duplicating a standard. We're using the existing standards and the existing language that engineers use, but we're making it like a simple interface for understanding that language.
Or I guess I didn't understand your question fully.
Yeah, for example, the ISO publishes resistor standards.
Yeah.
And if you put the data up, you're conflicting with the ISO standards. Or
Do you mean the component lib? The lib for the component? The collection, those components you must update before into the servers. It's usually what we do. There's no standard there. There is many waiters who made for this. The famous factory will provide a files for you. So you just update it to server, and he can recognize it. When you update a file, he can graduate a BOM tables for you. I think there is no such standard.
Well, I guess the answer to the question is there is like the JEDEC standards and the other standards for how to describe components, and we're trying to use all of that. We're trying to use all of that so that you can just write that name, and then the parser understands what you mean.
Okay. Suppose we move on to the technical.